Hello and welcome to Magic Mythal, Tomb of Annihilation, our 5th edition D&D campaign, episode number 55. We live stream Sunday nights, 4 p.m. Pacific time here on Twitch, and post weekly sessions up on YouTube. My name is Corey, Pinwarp2, I'm the DM, and I'm joined by my players, Andre, who's playing Aelin, the ASMR Monk, Liz playing Archie, ASMR Wizard, Brad playing Quillen, Aarakocra Paladin, Ryan playing Blackwind, Half-Orc Ranger, John playing Jonah, Gnome Artificer, and Sean playing Donaquin, the Turtle Druid. And here we are in Port Nianzaro. Last session, you guys had recuperated from the devastating attack on Golden Throne by Zandala and her allies in House Karanok. Artis left the city to, ideally, since he was the one that drew them here, to try to keep the city, well, let's say not put it in any more danger. He left. Zandala escaped. You guys met with Xanthi. Came to a basic agreement and plan, essentially boiling down to that she was going to what's the word? She was going to deal with, I guess, or handle the merchant princes and try to get a Kane on board for you guys, and so you can disrupt Ifan's operations as smoothly as possible. And what else? You guys were going to, I believe, I mean, there was a bunch of crafting and other things, but you guys were going to, you went to the Temple of Sune, got healed up, took a few days of downtime to recuperate and recover. You guys went to the portals and checked out where they went to, the portals leading to a few different places. The red portal, seemingly leading to some sort of underground complex with lava and like metal walkways and shit. Maybe kobolds or fire newts on the other side. You're not really 100% sure, although you have some theories of where that could be. The blue portal? Get my colors mixed up. Is it a blue portal? Yeah. The blue portal leading to some sort of underground hot tub, small room, little shrine. You suspect where that might be because it looked awfully familiar, or at least it was described awfully familiar to a place you've been before, but you're not sure. And then the yellow portal, you checked that one out again, and your bird was blowed up instantly. Seemingly, it's guarded on the other side by some sort of metal men that hacked your birdie out of the air. So there's that. You guys went and met with your old friend Undril Silvertusk, who was in a rough shape, having been left behind when the majority of the Order of the Gilded Eye pulled out back to the mainland, it seems, including taking along Calliope. And you gave her a very good pep talk and convinced her that she needs to shape up and all hope is not lost. And she did, and agreed to meet you the following day outside the bathhouse the next morning, right? Is what you had agreed. So there was that, and then you went back to the Thundering Lizard, where you are to meet Iku. You left a message for Iku, the one guide that was looking to go to Orlunga for dinner, and that's kind of where you are. I don't know if I missed anything else. I don't think so. That was the main points. But as you guys arrived about an hour before your appointed time to meet Iku at the Thundering Lizard, a man from the Gilded Eye, an Inquisitor, a young man, who you come to know as Marius, not come to know, but you've been told, has approached you as you kind of walking in the door. And that's where we ended last time. So, was there anything else that I missed that was important? That's most of it.
Yep.
Yeah. So we find ourselves in the common room of the Thundering Lizard. Inquisitor has just approached you and has said that he would like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Yeah. Ask away.
He gestures to one of the side tables. He's like, "Come, sit." And he kind of gives a motion towards Oland, who nods and kind of gestures to one of the servers who brings over some drinks and things for the table.
Yeah.
How does Olin seem to take this this customer?
He doesn't seem super concerned with it. He seems just kind of going about his business. Doesn't look worried or distressed in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Marius himself seems very relaxed and kind of in good spirits, as it were. As he kind of waits for you all to come to the table. Sits down, pours himself a glass of ale or whatever the servers brought over. Probably just a jug of ale.
I would join.
Is it the afternoon or evening, right?
Yeah, this is like 5:30, something like that.
Right. Tesh it is.
It's 5:30 somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
I get a jug of
Here.
Tesh.
Including here.
Or,
Yeah, my shift is officially over.
She wouldn't drink.
a pitcher of Tesh. Just... Why not?
What?
Blackwind orders a
why
cake.
not indeed?
I know that a mug is a silver piece, so we'll say 5 silver for a pitcher.
2 silver
2?
for a cask of Tej.
Oh.
A mug is 2 copper.
Oh.
Blackwood,
I've been tipping.
Oh,
you've
man.
been tipping. The servers love you, Blackwind.
I mean, I have been pretty generous with my money.
10 times the cost of every single mug.
Nobody wanted to tell him otherwise.
Just let them assume it's 2 silver, guys. This is awesome. Anyways, no, they'll bring you over some Tej, sure. The sweet honey-based viscous liquid that is Tej, delicious. It's like drinking bread. It's so good. Yeah, Marius kind of waits till you're kind of settled, and then he's like, apologies for the intrusion on your evening, but I have been asking you around, and I understand that you were present at the attack that occurred a few days back on Golden Throne, and seeing as how you're a bit of a, shall we say, known element in the city, coming to the defense several times, from what I hear, of the citizenry, I thought that perhaps we could just have a brief discussion. What I'm truly interested in, should you have any information, it has come to my attention through my inquiries that you, some weeks back, met with a certain man of Thayan origin here in this bar, if I'm not mistaken, actually. And I would inquire as to the nature of that meeting and the nature of your relationship with said man. And he kind of just sits.
I wasn't there, so I don't know. I'm just gonna drink.
I mean, to be completely honest, there is no relationship with that man. He inquired about hiring us as bodyguards, basically, on some mission into the jungle he was taking, and we declined.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was planning on taking someone else that we were hoping to travel with, and we thought if it would be helpful, and we were somewhat concerned for this other person, that we might be able to tag along or help them sort things out, but quickly discovered our interests were not aligned.
He kind of nods. He's like, hmm. And this other man, that you were hoping to travel with, would this be or one Orvex?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that
Hmm.
was his name.
Indeed, it really is.
And did this man you met with, I assume you are aware of his affiliation?
Liz forgets. Was
Oh,
Archie aware of
Faye?
his affiliation?
Yeah, no, we knew, and that sort of
He's also.
was why we were
Oh,
hoping
wait.
to
Not
dissuade Orvex.
Orvex's. I was sorry. I thought you meant Orvex's affiliation. I'm like, wait, what? Sorry.
It seemed he was also. Did we not figure out he was also with the
Abdallah,
No, the
Zentarum.
Zentarum too.
I think he had
No.
hired some.
Yeah,
I think he had
maybe.
hired some, yeah.
he was brief.
His affiliation was one of our
Damn.
main like concerns with him.
Hmm.
He smelled of madness.
And did this man give you any specific information as to his goals in the jungle outside of generally traveling together?
Theos wanted to find Momu.
The velocity of Omu, which who doesn't? Let's be fair.
Hmm. Well, the interests of Thay are of great concern to my particular organization. He gave no other indication as to why the sudden interest in Omu?
I don't think so. I mean, Orvex did most of the talking in terms of wanting to find Omu and being excited to look for it. If I remember correctly, the other guy was mostly like, he almost seemed like the money man, but he seemed real shifty though, but I don't remember him giving us any specific indication as to what he was looking for other than the city.
He nods. He's like, well, I'm glad you were able to see sense and not working alongside the Red Wizard. Whatever their purposes here in the jungle and with Omu, chances are they can lead to no good in this world.
Agreed.
If we run into him out in the jungle, should we know anything about him? Should we avoid him?
He's like, well, it's one of the reasons I was approaching you, as I've heard that through various channels that you have some experience in, shall we say, unearthing various secrets of the jungle. And I wonder, given that you've enjoyed some success in that arena, whether you would consider perhaps working for us, as our resources now on this continent are rather limited, and we don't expect them to grow anytime soon.
Working for...
I can't speak for the rest of the group, but no thanks.
I mean, yeah, we kind of have enough on our plate as it is. Yeah.
We tend to be more of like free contractors working temporarily with those who are our interests align, instead of on a for basis, you for the most part.
Mercenaries for hire.
Mercenaries is such a blah name for it.
Pardon me.
And he kind of
Independent explorers, Donnequin, come on.
Tomb Raiders for hire.
he kind of leans back and he's like, "Oh, it's a pity. I would think that if the Red Wizards had designs on Omu, the very thing that you were sent here, Aracelis, to look into by Candlekeep, that you would have more of a interest in interfering with whatever nefarious plans they might have for that legendary city. Makes me wonder how committed you are, in fact, to your cause at all."
What do you know of it?
And he kind of grins.
Where do you know of it?
He kind of grins. He's like, "As I said, I have made inquiries in the city in my time here. Not all of your allies are as tight-lipped as you probably would hope."
Well, it's not really a secret. You don't know much personally about me and my goals and how I want to go about them. So, assuming that because I don't follow your direct line of thinking and intervening is a big jump to that I wouldn't want to intervene in any way at all.
Like, well, you seem to dismiss the possibility of aiding us in this endeavor quite quickly. At
I
least your brother
didn't.
has. He kind of looks at him.
You said working for you, and that is what I dismissed. I brought up that we tend to work as a partnership with others instead of for somebody else who pulls our strings and decides where we go and what we do.
And he kind of chuckles. He's like, "It seems like you're arguing semantics now."
I mean, it's pretty important. Semantics, to be fair.
He shrugs. He's like, "If it is to you, I suppose, a partnership then. What?"
And what would this partnership bring to us?
It's like,
Exactly.
it's like, well, seeing as how you seem to, let's say, seem rather unconcerned with the actions of the Thayans, I could provide information as to your ultimate goal if you would provide the means to accomplish it. He's like, and he kind of leans back, he's like, "Without further assurances that I can trust that you're not somehow in league with the Red Wizards, I don't really feel comfortable sharing more at this time. Simply a request that perhaps we could work together, but as you say, if your aims don't align with that of the Order, well, I suppose you wouldn't want any of us tagging along with any of your expeditions then."
You're an Inquisitor, but you can't tell if we're working for the Thayans or not? I thought, are you new to this?
Aelin, you get a sense that that Marius seems to be you get a sense that this whole thing is greatly amusing to him, this whole interaction. Like you get a sense that he's really leaning into this, he's like doing the thing where it's like, yeah, I'm like a super secret spy man, I know all sorts of shit, and he's like really leaning into that, but you get a sense that it feels like he's just having a lot of fun with this. You're not sure quite why.
I'm, for one, not concerned with a single Thayan who didn't seem to know or much considering.
To be fair,
Chasing
Orvex is very good by reputation alone. So there is a bit of a concern. Even if the Thayan doesn't know what he's doing, Orvex he's a legendary archaeologist and explorer. So having him could make up for that.
And what about the explorers that preceded? The city itself and the jungle itself swallows these parties alive.
And Marius kind of like nods. He's like, well, I can certainly attest to the dangers of the jungle. Having, well, without proper planning, as some of my compatriots here in the jungle seem to have been lacking in their most recent outings, I can certainly see how you'd be concerned, or less than concerned, with the actual survival aspects, I suppose. What I'm more concerned with is, you mentioned a single Thayan. I believe you vastly underestimate the power of Thay, and what a single Thayan can do, let alone a group of them. We're not dealing with one res wizard here. From my knowledge, there's at least 7.
7? Here in the city?
We saw 2 minimum. I don't remember how many he had at the meeting directly.
I don't think there was any other Thayans with him at the meeting. It was just the mercenaries that he'd hired. And Orvex.
Just to kind of help shed some light on everything. What's the Thayan? Sorry. I'm
local.
I'm from here. I don't know anything about where y'all come from or any. I'm assuming I've never heard of. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
They're a country run by wizards, I guess you would say.
Not good, very dangerous, very powerful wizards.
Self-serving.
That very self-serving.
I see. And there's one here, and he is going or is trying to find Lost City.
He put an expedition together
I see.
to go and find the Lost City a month or so ago, I believe.
Like
2?
More like
I don't remember.
At least
It
2
was
months.
it was after we came back from the Gilded Eye, so 2, I believe, roughly.
Yeah.
Is there
Gotcha.
anything in particular? I mean, we could, if we end up crossing paths with this this man again, more than happy to retrieve or find information. Information is always for sale.
You need me to just knock his head off or something? Like what's your end game here?
He smiles and nods. He's like, that would do, yes.
You mean non-lethally?
Non-lethally knock his head off.
He's
Yeah.
like,
Corey, do you remember if Archie got a sense of the power from the wizard that we met with? Do you remember if he show anything that gave a sense of how powerful he might have been? Do you remember? I don't remember. Okay.
no. Yeah, no. The only thing you would recall that he did introduce himself. He did tell you his, because I think there was a brief conversation about like capabilities of the party, etc. And one of the things that he, the topic came around when you were talking about like schools of magic, and you did learn that Theos was an evoker. His specialization is in evocation magic, which tends to be the boomy explodey type.
Yeah.
Marius would kind of, not when you say like knock his head off, he's like, Theos Ilrakas is responsible for no less than 36 murders in the Sword Coast. The sentence for such is death, should he be brought to justice. So yes, I would have you knock his head off, as it were.
You don't want us to bring him back alive for a trial?
It's like, frankly,
He's already been
he's already been sentenced. As far as we're concerned, he's been found guilty.
And you guys have authority here?
And he shakes his head. He's like, no, we don't.
as I understand it, outside the city, is it outside the city that there's no real authority?
And
Like,
he shrugs and just kind of glances around. He's like, from what I can see, there's not much authority to be had at all in this continent.
Not very nice.
well, from someone from his point of view, I can see why
He's
he'd
like,
think that.
regardless, all I really ask is if you are heading that way, if you eventually get around to doing what you came here to do, and looking pointedly at Archie, I would just ask that you seem to be benevolent champions of the people. You seem to have defend the innocent and put down villains, and kind of glances at Jonah, lethally, often enough, from what I hear, that you would be more than interested in stopping whatever Theos has planned here. All I ask is that you continue that pattern of good behavior, and should you come across him doing something nefarious, well, you put him down. I don't want the rest of his party killed. They're hired mercenaries and guides and thugs. We don't need to worry about those. Some would say that they were guilty by association in aiding him in these endeavors, but without proof of exactly what he's doing here, I wouldn't condemn them as well. This Orvex,
And they
for
may
example.
not know being hired. They may not know of his intentions.
And he nods. He's like, regardless, I don't have anyone else to approach, and I don't have the resources to devote to this task any longer. So,
Well, I mean, I can say we're gonna be going out back in the jungle, and if our paths cross with this saying, sounds like he's bad news, I believe you in that regard. If I've got the opportunity to knock his head off non-lethally, sure. Yeah.
Non-lethally.
Why not?
Yeah, given the history of Candlekeep and the Red Wizards, I have no problem with. I believe what you're asking would be in everybody's best interests.
What if we run into any of the other wizards out there? You said there were 6 more?
He nods, like, yes. While I don't doubt that all of them are equally as culpable in nefarious acts, Theos is the only one I have specific charge against.
Do you know what those other wizards are up to? Will they be in his company or off doing something else here in the city?
It's like, from my understanding, that there are no red wizards currently in the city. We would have apprehended them long before now, if there were. So I can only assume that all of them have headed towards Omu as best they can, wherever that may be.
So going up against probably like 7.
And he nods. He's like, and then he's like, well, I've pled my case. That's all I can ask of you. And he kind of says,
great.
One other thing that I'll leave you with. Well,
it's not all you can ask.
And he's like, and he shakes his head. He's like, "Oh, this will be for your benefit. Should you make your way to the Aldani Basin, I would steer a wide berth away from the heart of Obtal, the floating rock. My belief is, although I don't have proof of this, so perhaps I'm mistaken, but my belief is that one Valindra Shadowmantle has taken up residence there, and if that is the case, you want nothing of her."
Is she not another red wizard?
She shakes her head. No, she is not of their order. But
is that a name we recognize?
Really?
Definitely Brad or Donnaquin and Quillen. No, not at all. The rest of you could make a history roll on that name. Oh wow, you probably already have.
Yeah.
But he says that she is a exceedingly powerful ally to the Red Wizards, more dangerous than them by far. Frankly, and this isn't meant as a slight to you, she exceeds your current capabilities, from what I'm aware
I doubt
Hmm.
it.
of. Alan,
Never heard of her.
Aelin knows nothing about her. I doubt it.
Can't be that good.
I've never heard of her.
Yeah, Jonah and Archie, Blackwind, you have heard the name, in not really much detail though. Like you've heard the name, more kind of in relation to kind of like you know that she was involved in a lot of things in and around Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate in the past. You've heard rumors that she's a powerful mage of some sort, but you don't really know much beyond that, even with a 17. Jonah and Archie, however, you guys would know that Valindra Shadowmantle is I wouldn't say legendary figure, but a very powerful mage in the Sword Coast. You do know at one point she was the Overwizard of the Tower of the Arcane, and therefore in charge of the Arcane Brotherhood in the Sword Coast for a time. You do also know, with a 25, you know that she is one of Zaztam's primary agents outside of Thay, although she's not a Red Wizard herself. Zaztam being the leader of the Thayans. So she runs in high circles, and not good circles. With a 25, you would know that she is, while she is Elvish. With a 25, you would know that you don't know exactly. You do know that she is a necromancer. That's her primary school. You know she's a moon elf. You do also know that she is hundreds of years old. The earliest record of her dates back to 1225 DR. So she's been around a long time. And with a 25, Archie, you wouldn't know this, but Jonah, you've heard things. There's a theory going around that potentially she is some sort of undead herself, maybe a higher vampire, maybe a lich, but there's rumors that she is no longer human, or elven, I guess. She's no longer mortal.
Was she in the last campaign? I recognize the name.
Yeah, the name is really familiar. Maybe we just came across it before.
You recognize the name because that tablet was addressed to her from Mr. Withers. He was inviting her. That's the thing we found on the ship with the
vampire spawn.
The vampire spawn.
Yeah.
So if she is the actual vampire, it could make sense why it was on that ship.
She's the Blood King.
Yeah, we knew she was at the heart. Like, we knew she was at the heart, we just didn't really know much actually about her herself.
Yeah, there is the kind of last major thing that you know with the 24 and 25 is the last she was heard of was a while back. Essentially, there was a kind of battle in Neverwinter, where Valindra was a part of it. You don't know exactly what happened, but it seems like Zaztam back then was trying to influence or take over Neverwinter. And there was a major battle in the Neverwinter Wood involving the Cult of the Dragon, aided by Valindra Shadowmantle. But brave heroes put that down. Back in 1479, so that was like 20 years ago. Since then, while it's known that she's been working, she's been seen in Thay, she hasn't really done much that is of common knowledge since then. That's the last time she's been active in the Sword Coast.
What was the name of the mage who had the Staff of Frost in the last campaign that I had to give it back to her? I feel like
Malakanth.
Okay, all right.
Malakanth the Red.
For some reason, I thought that it started with a V, and I'm like, is it her? Like, okay.
Oh, yeah, Brad's talking about the one who was with...
Like, what's her name's mom?
Okay, so yeah, that's Malakanth.
Yeah.
The other one...
She was from the Arcane Brotherhood, but no, not the same.
Gotcha.
But the other one, whose soul was in the bag and got released, was...
Yeah, that's what I thought, Brad.
Talus. Yeah. So, anyways, he kind of stands. He's like, "Well, I won't keep you any longer."
Before he leaves, he mentioned us of something about proving that we weren't with the others. And that I was just curious on stuff of what that would entitle us to do or whatever if we so inclined to in the future. To prove on stuff that we weren't part of the enemy.
He's like, "Oh, well, if you were willing, it's just a simple matter of asking a few questions while under the effect of a simple zone of truth. But I wasn't about to preemptively use that on you all without your permission, of course."
No, I was just curious on some more so on some process on stuff that was going to be on stuff to prove it. So, if so, we inclined to us in the future. So.
That sounds like a lot of fun. We should definitely do that.
I mean, if you want, Jonah, I can do that whenever you want.
Oh, really? Okay, we don't need you. It was nice meeting you, though.
Yeah, I just and I'll careful throwing zones out around here. The people and guards and stuff in the city don't care for magic and stuff. Yeah, I got yelled at for just doing a simple, just little thing, and it's like, my God, just chill.
Chill.
I think it'd be a fun drinking game.
Chill out, dude.
Dude, seriously, I was just trying to see if this lady was sick. Threatened to kill me. I was like, oh, okay, just relax, pump the brakes. I don't know what brakes are, but
we had them. Pump.
We had them.
Whatever they are, gotta pump.
Yeah, they have no chill.
Very
well. It's nice meeting you.
Sorry, we won't keep you any longer.
He kind of gives a brief bow and excuses himself from the table if you guys don't have anything else to say to him.
Totally farted at the table. Was it there?
Those guys are the worst.
Oh, right.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whether or not he wanted to give it, he told us that there's 7 of these fuckers.
That's true.
In Chult.
My thing is, he did claim to have information that could help us get to Omu. And if we did align ourselves for this thing, we may be able to push for Undril to come with us. It may give us the leverage to actually make sure they say yes. Because we don't know that they will.
Yeah, I have a feeling maybe Undril he wants Undril to go with us, so.
Well, yeah, he inferred that, but he kind of inferred that unless we agreed, she wasn't coming.
That's true. I think it might be a bluff. It might be nice.
But he's, if I'm not mistaken, he's not in charge of the guild that I hear. So
no, that was Quintus.
That's Quintus, right?
Or
so
Junius.
Junius, Junius Verinius, yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys pulled this out of the information he inferred to us as well, but if we do encounter this wizard again, be prepared for him to hit us with lethal
fireballs. He'll be throwing
capacity.
fireballs. All fireballs. Just
It sounds like he's not one to shy away from using lethal force.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, has anybody that we fought shied away from using lethal force?
I don't
no.
think to the level of this guy. This
Archie
guy
just
sounds like
Archie just whimpers.
Well,
So if we see him,
Knock his head off.
if we're engaging him, don't play around. Is what I'm getting from him.
Yeah. Weird
Sure.
that he
So-
said if they were in the city, he would have apprehended them when they
And they
were in the
haven't.
city and they didn't apprehend them.
yeah, and he doesn't really have authority here, so. But he would still have apprehended him, so
Yeah,
that's cool.
I mean,
Just
Aelin,
those-
I think I'm with you. I don't think we need another, person or organization trying to pull any strings with us. We're doing what we're doing, and
I agree as well.
if we happen to, like I say, if we happen to see this guy and he's being a real ass, well, sure, we'll deal with him, but I
Especially
mean,
not them.
on our own terms.
The Gilded Eye has, albeit in their eyes, and in a lot of other people's, they might be doing good, but they may, in fact, cause problems with us.
Sure, but it's not like we haven't allied ourselves with them temporarily before. We have.
Working closely with
Nope,
them, and
true.
even that was sticky.
But
But that's what I'm saying. This is a very open-ended request. It's if you come across him, you do this. It's not
I think
give
they
up
wanted more.
everything else to hunt him down. It's he wants him stopped from getting to Omu, which so do we. Grant, I'm just saying. Like, I think waiting to see if Undro can come with us anyway is a good stop. But if she says no, I think it's worth considering saying yes for both her and the information, given we may be doing it anyway. That's all.
Plus, they might want anything we find. They will insist that they probably have to handle it. Anything.
Well, he's not going to be with us.
Maybe not, or somebody might be.
Right, like that's what I'm saying. If our terms are that Undril is the representative to join us, if we're comfortable with her, that if we were to do it, we could make that the stipulation. That we're not, we can make it narrow-minded. It doesn't have to be open. He can claim whatever he wants, but that doesn't mean we're not locked into a life or death contract, I guess is my point. We have some bargaining power, I guess. Especially since he says he had nobody else to ask. But again,
Well, he
he's not
said-
necessarily the leader he's not the leader here, so I'm not sure how much power he has. I don't know. I mean, he's an Inquisitor, which is pretty high up, right?
Well, Inquisitors aren't. They're a different branch of the Gilded Eye. They're not like necessarily higher up.
Okay.
Like
So it's not ranked in the same way?
no, it's
kind of like Navy and Army.
exactly.
deal?
It's like High Inquisitors would be equivalent to like the High Templars and stuff, but normal Inquisitor wouldn't have, regardless of what they would actually say, they wouldn't have any direct like I'm in charge of the Gilded Eye here because I'm an Inquisitor. That said, they also wouldn't be beholden to, like, for example, Junius wouldn't be able to give Marius orders because he's an Inquisitor, not a Templar. You see what I'm saying?
Junius is a Templar. I thought he was
Yeah.
also an Inquisitor.
No.
Okay.
So there's like two different branches. One is much more military style, like rank, and the other one is more of a information network kind of like they're the ones that find the threats so that the Templars can go in and stamp them out, but they don't necessarily take
Okay.
orders from each other.
So Undril would have been underneath the branch of the Templars?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
Okay.
And
As
So
as,
much
and
he-
as far as you guys are
okay.
aware, the entire order that was here in Camp Vengeance was all Templars. There was no Inquisitors there. It was
Okay.
all under Breakbone. Or Niall, is that his name? Breakbone,
Yeah.
yeah. Niles Breakbone. He was the commander until the reinforcements showed up, and now that they've pulled out, as far as you're aware, you don't know if Marius is in charge of the Inquisitors here, if there's more than one Inquisitor here now, because a lot of them left, right? But
So he may not have, like, if we wanted Undril to come with us, he may not even be able to make that happen,
potentially,
given separate. Okay.
although you don't know what kind of sway he has or pull he has with the Templars either, so
Sure.
maybe they would listen to him, maybe they wouldn't, but they wouldn't be beholden to.
He's not like her superior who can just be like, yeah, go with them.
Exactly. As far as you're aware from living in the Sword Coast, anyways, and you've been dealing with the Gilded Eye for a while. Although not so much around Baldur's Gate Candlekeep though, because they weren't really there, right? So if you haven't spent much time outside of Baldur's Gate Candlekeep, you probably aren't super.
Yeah, no, everything I know, I either know from my brother or through Undril.
Yeah, it's kind of that's where I'm kind of giving you the information, because you spent an entire 6-month journey on a boat with Undril. You would have had time to talk about her order and how things work. She wouldn't been secretive about that kind of thing. So I figure common knowledge stuff I can just give you.
You had pamphlets.
Yeah.
Join the Gilded
Pamphlet?
Eye.
I love pamphlets.
We'll pay for your schooling.
Pancakes? No, pamphlets. Oh,
We want you.
I'm already eating one. I'm like, oh.
Shit. Pour enough Tej on it and it all tastes the same. Anyways, you guys are sitting around discussing. Anything else you guys want to talk about before Iku shows up? You have a little bit of time, but if not, we'll fast forward.
I have a
Alright.
feeling that no matter what, he's gonna probably have eyes and ears as best as he can on us anyway, so.
I'm gonna order another pitcher of Tej.
Ain't no party like a Tej party.
Because Dash Party gets you drunk.
Yeah, by the time Iku gets here, we're just fucked up.
Ah!
What's your secret?
Challenge
What's
accepted, Neelan.
up? Iku, shots.
It's 6 o'clock.
I get another picture as well.
No,
She just
Blackwind,
turns around.
it wasn't a challenge. You just got the first round. I figured I would
Oh,
get the second one.
challenge accepted.
Blackwind's like 4 more pitchers.
Oh, I see what you're
Blackwood
doing
would
here.
do it.
I do that actually. 4 more pictures. So that,
Now that you know that each cup isn't 2 silver each, you're like, oh shit, bring it on.
This shit is
Oh.
cheap.
1 silver. I was paying 1 silver before. 4 more pictures. Everyone, a picture each. I can't count.
Oh God, takes me back to my college days.
The bar lets out a cheer as everyone, as you said.
Whoa.
Blackwind spends all of his cash.
The whole bar starts
I mean,
cheering.
to be fair, you could spend probably 5 gold and pay for everybody's
Cover the
drinks for
bar.
the night, practically, in this, like, let's be honest here. There's not that many people in here, A, and B, it's not that expensive.
So right now, let's just fill up the table full of Ted's pictures. We're about to go on the road. Let's celebrate.
Wow.
Get out of the stinky air of the city.
It does. It is pretty stinky. Not as clean as it was last time you were here. Well, not long later, as you guys are enjoying your Tej, a woman enters, a Chelton woman. She is I think I might have shared a picture of her before. Actually, I definitely did because you guys have her pamphlet. But
Yeah, we had the pamphlet.
is that the
Somewhere
only
in the
picture I
notes.
have of her? Yeah, basically. Yeah, she's got like feathers in her hair and a bandana. Kind smile, kind of like freckles, and just kind of
I don't
basic
trust it.
robes. I don't trust it. What is your secret
Ah,
EQ?
typical girl.
Grab her.
Just another pretty girl.
She walks in, kind of like looks about the bar, spies you guys sitting over as what I assume is like your typical table, your booth, and she kind of like raises a hand to you and makes her way over. And she kind of smiles as she approaches, and she says, "Ah, I was surprised and delighted when I received a message that you were back in the port and that you had asked for me specifically." And then she kind of looks about a bit and she's like, "Though a little different than the group that I met those weeks ago."
That's what I've loved for meeting you. That's probably
And she kind of gestures to a seat, and she's like, "Do you mind if I sit?"
Join us, please.
Grab a glass.
Yep.
Plenty of
Grab a
trash.
bitter.
She shakes her head. She's like, "No, thank you. I don't drink."
Oh,
I
I'm
don't like her.
I'm Quillen, the new guy. Heard good things. I'm new to the city. I'm an Aarakocra.
She
Let's hang. Let's hang out.
she smiles when you say I'm an Aarakocra.
Yeah.
We can hardly tell. You blend in.
Just give me one sec. Give me one sec to add her to the combat tracker.
Why is there a map coming up? Hold
Oh
on.
God.
No, no.
All I want to do is get back to full hit points.
Can I not do this without? I guess I have to do that. Okay.
One more sleep is all I need.
I'm doing this for a reason. Just give me one sec. She's not in combat, but I have to make it her turn to be able to do this.
Also, we definitely know she's stuck with us, so you may as well add her now.
Do we know?
Do we?
Yep. Yep, she's coming with us.
She doesn't drink. I
I'm
mean,
decided.
that's already a problem.
Well, but we're
More
also
for
not.
you.
We're not going straight to Orlunga, so she may
Right,
not
but-
want to come with us.
No,
Straight
but
away,
we can
yeah.
hire her for those first few.
Oh, that's
and
right.
then
That's right. I
the
forgot we
rest can
decided
be-
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can hire her for that one, and then bring her along for the next part. Assuming she...
Mhm.
Oh, you understand that, Blackwind? I didn't realize. Interesting.
I have Orin.
She says that to you in almost flawless Aarakocra accent.
And I'll like, whoa. And I'll respond in Oran.
That old moon.
Arch... No, I don't understand it, and I'm really freaking out here.
I know what it's. I know it.
Archie's just like, what is happening? And Blackwood's just like,
Are we fighting now? What's?
oh.
Traditional greetings.
What?
I think it's bird speak. It's bird speak.
Harlequin, can you understand them if they're talking bird?
It's not my language at all. I'm like bird.
And Jonah doesn't believe birds exist, so this is like pig Latin for Jonah.
She turns to Donaquin and says,
in Tortle.
Yeah, she sounds like Mr. Sortle.
Or like Aquin or whatever.
Whatever it is. Yeah. Is it the
Her
elemental
secret is
one?
she speaks
Primordial?
all languages.
She didn't
Turtle.
speak Loxodon. The Baz.
Maybe she didn't have the chance. Also, these are native to Chult, so.
No, Jonah has chance.
That's true. If she had a chance, I'd be upset.
Boy, I miss you.
She says something in a language nobody but Donachin understands.
It doesn't say that I can understand that.
It
Yes,
should say above
You
it.
probably spelled it wrong then.
No, it says understood by Donachin.
Yeah, so you don't it's not in the bubble, it's above the bubble.
In blue.
Yeah, it should say translation in blue and it says what it says right above the actual chat box.
That is a wicked
I
font.
see weird symbols coming out of her mouth.
She's a demon.
Then she turns to the rest of you, and
I can do that too.
How did you know what I was saying?
When she says that to me, going on and stuff, I'll create like a little flower blossom and stuff like that with my Druidcraft and all that stuff, and hand it to her, and then kind of nod to her.
What the fuck is happening?
she
What is
responds
this,
to you,
Tej?
Aelin.
Oh God.
She knows everything. She's omnipotent.
Ah, shit, she doesn't understand what you said, Jonah. Damn!
We stumped her.
She doesn't know that one.
Donica says, okay, everybody can speak languages now. We get stuff. Any comments so we can hear and understand, please?
Do we need
Anyways.
more Tesh? Have we run out of Tesh?
Come on. Come on.
Hi.
Brad's got another one I don't know. Ooh.
Okay. It's very, very impressive, everybody. Very impressive.
Archie just starts laughing because she thinks this is great. It's funny.
Yeah. Oh man!
Yes, she can understand that too, Brad.
Wow! Wow!
Come on, you guys. Come on. Jonah, come on. Hey.
Yeah.
Okay, she didn't understand either of those guys. Okay, that's
Giant. That's giant.
No, it's not.
As soon as Blackwind says something to it, Jonathan I just kind of move away, not impressed anymore. I'm like, this. Nothing.
Then she kind of like smiles around the table. She's like, "Well, it's good to know we won't have any issue communicating."
I wouldn't go that far.
I have one that's not shown up. I must have typed it wrong.
And she smiles and she's like, "Well, you asked me here for a reason, I presume. You're looking to hire me on?"
Oh yeah, you betcha.
You just read them in common. And it's not Tesh like the
Stumped her
radio host, it's
again.
Tej.
Tej, whatever. Tej.
Whatever.
Close enough.
It's Tesh. It's
You don't
Tesh when
correct
you start.
Blackwind. He hates that.
It's Tesh when you drink too much of it.
Yeah, I guess we're hiring you on as a translator.
She's like, my travels in this land have brought me into close contact with many of the native races and others. So I do my best to expand my vocabulary whenever the opportunity arises.
When were you last in Kirsabal?
And she thinks for a moment. She's like, "Oh, it's been a long time since I last graced those halls."
There we go.
How long?
How long? How many centuries?
200 years.
She's like, "Oh, it was much younger then."
Well, I mean, yeah, you would.
How
You
old
would be
does she
younger.
look?
She looks like maybe like 30-ish.
Well, I mean, not that you needed, certainly my approval, but you've got it. You seem great. Hopefully, we're gonna all, do great work together and find what we're looking for. And that's all I have to say about the matter.
She kind of like tilts her head. She's like, okay. And she looks at the rest of you. She's like, anyone else want to fill me in what the actual job is then?
So, when you inquired us when we talked to you last time we were in port, you had mentioned that if we were heading down towards Oralunga, that you would be interested in accompanying us. And that is something we are planning on doing in the very near future. We have a very quick job that we're, a quick little jaunt, if you will, before we leave for that, which we were hoping to also hire you for, in case we don't get back to the port in between the two. That way you'd be with us, but we would compensate you for the extra time if that works for your schedule.
She's like, well, my schedule isn't exactly full at the moment, so if you hire me on, I will make whatever you need work. I am very pleased to hear that you'll be heading to Oralunga. It has always been a dream of mine to visit, to see that ancient place. And then she says, I have heard that you've put yourselves in harm's way several times to help the people of the city, so I believe that, well, that our interests align. She kind of looks about. Too many here self-serving and, well, they let greed get the best of them. You don't strike me as that kind of people. She said, that says, my rate is standard. It is 5 gold pieces with 30 days payment up front. I do, as you may be aware, I keep enough to keep myself and to pay Jobal's fees, but the rest I do donate to the charity, mostly these days to the Temple of Sune, as they are aiding in the refugees that have been flooding the city as of late.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you.
I've just had a... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, in fairness, I mean, trying to stop the death curse is kind of self-serving so that we don't die.
Or if we do die...
we don't stay dead, yeah.
She kind of gets a bit more kind of a serious look on her face at the mention of the death curse, and she's like,
Is that something we're not supposed to talk about again?
Terrible affliction. I've seen many succumb in the recent days and weeks. If you truly are looking for a way to end the death curse, that is your ultimate goal, I will waive my fee entirely to accompany you in that.
Oh, well, that's very generous of you.
We should have led with
Should have led with that.
Like
yes,
it is one of the greatest evils that has cast a shadow on this land, and other than the undead, it will do the greatest good for the greatest amount of people, I believe.
Sorry, didn't mean to drop that there.
But also, just to warn you, we're sort of a little hard on guide people. We do tend to go in dangerous places.
And she kind of shrugs. She's like, it's alright. I can handle myself.
What's your specific set of skills, if you could narrow it down?
What's your secret?
She says, well, I have a decent enough combat ability. I can utilize a variety of magic to support and to heal.
I like that.
And she says, I will let you know, however, I am a pacifist. I will not kill for you.
Oh man,
Jonah's on
Jonah's,
board.
You seen
you're
anything?
gonna you're gonna destroy it, Jonah's game.
Yeah, you're gonna make some bank on that.
Yeah, me too. I'm also a pacifist and don't kill people. Unless sentient people. Unsentient, undead, they don't count.
She's like, oh, the undead can be destroyed, certainly. But
Okay, good.
I will not kill a person or an animal unless
Oh.
absolutely necessary. And even
Oh,
then,
so you're
I'll
like-
do everything I can in my power to avoid doing so.
Gotcha. So you're even like more.
If
Than me.
we do that, will you leave us? I'm not saying we're murderers, but every so often somebody attacks us, and in self-defense, we do happen. We've taken a life, unfortunately, before, and I just wanted to give you a heads up. But as per Jonah, we try not.
She nods and she's like, "Oh, I don't judge others for their actions. This is my personal code of conduct. What you do is up to you, and the rewards or punishments you receive for your actions in the afterlife, well, that's on you as well."
I like this one.
And then she kind of pauses. She's like, "Well, that's assuming you get an afterlife."
Archie just whimpers.
for like the sixth time today.
1,000-yard stare.
No, 100%. Like when she said that, Archie was kind of like, "Did I not have an afterlife because I killed somebody? Was it not the soulmonger?"
Truth is out there.
Bamba.
Liz, that is the biggest bag. I'm so jealous.
Not
To
on
be
Clark.
fair, this is as full as it was. It's the 1 pound basically for
okay.
like $15 or whatever. So it wasn't full up. It was about this much. I've eaten only a little bit.
She kind of says, "So you said you have one quick thing to do first, and then you're planning on heading to Oralunga in pursuit of how to end the death curse?"
Yeah.
Guidance
Yeah,
to Omu.
absolutely.
She's like, "Then you seek the guardian of Oralunga. I've heard tell that it is very wise."
Does Quillen just walk around with the orchid under his arm the whole time?
Oh no, the orchid's got to be in the bag of holding
Oh, right.
because Baz was the one that was carrying the orchid.
Right, but it can only be in there for a short amount of time. Otherwise, it'll
I
die.
was the one. I'm pretty sure I was the one that grabbed it.
You're
Oh.
the one. Okay, Donick
Yeah,
was
it's not in the.
Yeah, I think Donovan had it the whole time until he got it and he just kept it with him. I don't think I ever said it that I put it into the bag of wood.
All right.
It's a very pretty flower.
Yes, that's correct. We have a lead that just takes us a few days that we wanted to check out because it may pay off and help us fund the rest of the trip.
Not to mention
Basically,
the fact
help us out.
that something seems to have taken up residence there where we last left. Some mechanical.
Since we pretty much hired her, I wouldn't show her the map because Jonah's got that, but I'd give a brief rundown, like, teleport a little bit south of town and a few days south of the port, and then head north looking for some old dragon bones. That's how I put it.
And probably deal with whatever's taken up residence at Firefinger now.
I think it would definitely be worth to beat the crap out of those things so that whatever is there doesn't have something there.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly.
Aelin, discussing Firefinger, and teleporting there and such, you do get the sense from Iku that she seems very what's the word? She seems very pleased with, just in general, when you're discussing like cleansing Firefinger. But you also you do also pick up that she seems a little surprised when you mention the portals.
I didn't mention the portals. I said we are going to teleport. So if she already knows about them, great, but I didn't mention that we're taking a portal there. I said we are going to teleport down to Firefinger. I did not say how. I said no.
Okay, then nix that entirely. She does not react then.
Yeah, in the middle of a pub, I'm not going to talk about the secret portals and port guys that teleport to different places.
We're here.
I would mention that, yeah, the reason we may not return is because we're picking up our canoes and we may cut straight across the jungle to take the river, so we might not come back if we don't find anything that brings us back through port.
And we may also have another traveling companion that'll be joining us tomorrow morning.
She's like, oh?
Yeah, her name is Undril.
And she nods. She's like, ah, yes, I know her. Not personally, but I know of
She
her.
was a traveling companion with us on the way here, so we got to know her pretty well and
in fact,
invited her to join us.
Our first trip west of the port was with Undril as well.
Liz, are you being arrested right now?
TV.
Bad boys.
It's
Well,
not even the TV. For some reason, the lighting in here, it can't decide if it's warm or cool, and it just does this. It does it when I FaceTime Mom, too. I don't know why. It's
That's
so
weird.
strange.
Weird.
Yeah, you eat too much of that food.
Well,
Too much Craig.
Iku will say, she's like, well, if you'd like me to accompany you on this short expedition, that is fine. If you say it'll only take a couple days, if it's part of the longer edition or expedition, that's fine. If you're going and coming back, I would ask if you'd like me to accompany on that one. I would ask for my normal payment, as it doesn't seem directly related.
Sure.
So I leave it to you whether I should accompany you or not.
You should, because
I think it's beneficial. Yeah.
there's a
No,
chance
I-
we might be not coming back to the port.
There's a chance we may not be coming back. So this way you'd be with
She's
us.
like,
yeah.
well, if it's only a few days out of the way, that's perfectly fine. Obviously, if you're hiring me, I'll go where you wish. But I would ask perhaps that you consider just making a small donation to one of the local churches in lieu of my payment for those extra days.
Absolutely.
I have my favorite.
And she says, well, when do we depart then? I'll make my preparations.
The plan was to depart tomorrow morning.
Like, and you're staying
Um,
here? We will meet here tomorrow then?
No.
Yeah, meet us by the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Undril should be there as well.
Perhaps.
She's like, at what time?
time.
Morning.
9:30.
Did we give Undril a time?
I think we just generally said in the morning.
Oh, easy.
Well, I mean, knowing Undril, if she's sober, that's probably going to be like crack of dawn. If she's not,
I mean,
Just
we're
after
looking
the
at getting in. We're looking at we've already stocked up, so we're looking at getting an early-ish start. So why don't we say 8?
just after breakfast.
So yeah, have
Yeah.
breakfast and then come meet us, and we'll do the same.
She nods.
Yeah.
She's like, all right.
Everybody knows breakfast is at 6:30. It's a law.
She's like, well, I look forward to traveling with you. I'm sure it will be a grand adventure. And hopefully we'll do some good out there. And she kind of stands, kind of nods to you all. She's like, well, I've got a few people to see before we depart, and some preparations to make, some supplies to gather, so I will leave you, and I will meet you tomorrow outside the bathhouse, 8 a.m.
In Aran, I will say, thank you, sister.
She kind of gives you all kind of a little bow, and then departs without another word.
She's great.
Yeah, she seems really nice.
Yeah.
So I guess we should probably maybe send a note to Undril to be at 8, if she can come.
Well,
Yeah.
she does. Yep, let's do that.
Be there or be square.
Easy. 1 copper and a page boy later, someone runs down the road and hands a little note to Undril's room. Or one of you can do it. I don't care. Okay.
so how many
I have a pager.
how many days of rations are we planning on getting?
Well, I mean, we do have the bag of holding, I guess.
I got
Jonah
25.
I will get 20. I will get up to 25 as well.
If you want, you can just put them in the group sheet, and I'll put them in the bag of holding under your
I
name.
got 14.
I think
I
I
mean,
can carry them.
I've
Well-
got Gerald holding 15 right now.
Well, you guys can decide what any supplies you want. Just buy it, put it in your character sheets, take the money off. You guys can do that on your own without worrying too much about it. As far as we don't need to RP you guys stocking up. But yeah, it's good to know how long you guys want. If anybody needs more rations.
Yeah, I'll pick up some more just so we've got them. Because say if we've got the bag of holding in Gerald, we're pretty good. We got some pretty good carrying capacity, right?
Yeah. I have a super important roleplay thing for Quillen right now. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
So, what do you think her secret is, Aelin?
I
What
mean,
time do you-
She's ultraviolet. She'll
It's gotta
turn
be
green.
it's got to be something to do with her languages, right? Like
Oh, you think
she's
so?
secretly you know, speaks lots of languages.
My languages, though.
Polydactyl?
Sure.
Sounds like a dinosaur.
I think. What do you think, Archie?
I don't know. I mean, she almost seems too nice. I mean, is anybody really that nice? I don't know.
think she'll turn into a great big green rage machine.
Maybe trying to keep her true emotions in check.
Yeah, like maybe
Anybody
she's so
that nice.
serene because she has to be.
Mm.
Because maybe
What if-
otherwise
what
she
if-
just flies into a rage.
Yeah, what if like blood? What if she's like a shark, and blood throws her into a frenzy, and that's why she doesn't like killing people.
Or it's just refreshing to find nice people in the world.
Well, I mean, I'm not
Well,
saying
you
she's
know.
not nice.
She can be both.
I think she's really old.
She's a mummy.
Mm.
You know, she has a very old soul.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
very refreshing also to find somebody else like that.
Not like these impetuous youth you're traveling with, Aisha.
Oh,
it
you-
starts.
Archie herself, she's just like.
I mean, to be fair, Donna Quinn's what, like 150 years older than all of you?
I
At
was gonna
least.
say, me and Jonathan have our talks, and it's definitely like he's, okay, little one.
Okay, he's like, I'm 245 years old.
I mean, well, Masika was like old.
Well, you can't count the time she jumped forward in
She
time.
time traveled. But apparently
Hey.
our mom is ridiculously old.
These.
As in ageless.
Look at this.
I mean, not literally, but she could be if she lived forever.
Yeah.
Which she could do if she's not killed. That's cool.
All right. Well, anything else you guys want to do tonight before meeting with them in the morning?
The only thing I would like to ask Ren and Clavane if they have any general knowledge of Iku. If they what their take on her is.
What's her secret?
What's the secret? Just to make sure that, they're like, oh yeah, I've heard she's nice and she does this and she's good. Or, she lied to us. I don't know.
Sure. I mean, when you return to the safe house, because that's where you're staying tonight, just so happens that Ren and Clevin live there too, currently. So it's easy to touch base with them in the evening.
I would also want to touch base with them about our plans too.
Sure.
Going forward, so they know.
Yeah, it's all good. So, Clevin doesn't know a lot about Iku. She's a guide. She's been working as a guide for, as far as he's aware, although he doesn't keep track of everybody. As far as he's aware, she's been working as a guide for about 5 years or so, off and on. But he doesn't really know her as a person. He's never talked with her himself. Soggy doesn't know her either directly, but he would tell you that he makes it a kind of a hobby of his to keep track of people in this town in general. Suspect lists and stuff in his Rolodex. I feel like Soggy would have a Rolodex. Anyways, he would say that as far as he's aware, he doesn't know her personally, but everything that he knows about her just indicates that she spends, when she's not guiding people, she spends essentially the rest of her free time volunteering, helping the refugees. A lot of time spent out in Mailer's Throat, an old city in the Turkey Anchorage, helping those less fortunate. Spends a lot of time at the Temple of Sune praying. He's not sure if she's actually... you didn't see any holy symbols on her, as far as that goes, but... So he's not a member of the church, or she's not a member of the church, but... all signs point to she's just a really good person. Mm-hmm. She's well respected and liked amongst the common folk, as far as he's aware. And Clevin would say that she has, as far as he knows, absolutely no relationship or interaction in sort of the political arena of Port Nyanzaru at all. Outside of, I suppose, working for Joe Ball, but that's more of a matter of necessity given her profession. Other than that, she's gone on various expeditions, and sometimes for months at a time outside the city, but never heard anything bad about those expeditions or anything like that. So
yeah, cool.
And you don't know of any connections you would have to Chult outside of Port Nyanzaru, because she seemed, both times that we've come back to tell her that we, cleansed some place of worth to the Chultan people, she seemed very pleased by that.
Yeah, they don't know.
How long has she been in the city? She just sort of always been
at
around?
at least 5 years. They don't really know beyond that.
The city's not that old though. Right?
Bear in mind,
It's
she
only, like...
she is Chultan. Like, she's from here.
Yeah.
So she's been in Chult her entire life, as far as they're aware. And bearing in mind also that the guides and stuff, that whole thing wasn't really a thing that was happening while the storms were raging across the seas, right? Because people weren't coming in and needing guides. It was just, locals and stuff. The only thing they would say is that they're not aware that she was around her in the city during the time, like when the Amnians were overthrown, like about 10 years ago. So what it was just after that, once they were established and once the storms lifted and people could get to and from Chult again, that's the first she knows of her in the city. Is so where she was before that, where she's from in Chult, I mean, who knows? They don't know anyways.
Fair enough.
All right.
Cool. Yeah, that was all.
And
Just
as far
wanted
as
to run it
plans
by
go,
them.
they're good. They're good with the plans. I mean, they're already well aware of what what you discussed with Xanthi and everything. It's been several days since that meeting, right? So they're well aware of everything that's going on, what the plan is in the city, and what your guys' plan was. So, yeah, they'll do their best to handle things here while you guys are out and about.
Donnequin, no, they're our friends.
God.
Oh,
Hey, if this was a surprise attack, at least you'll go first. You're pretty close.
it never happens.
Never.
I was gonna
I
say
would-
you'll never roll that good again.
You should start a fight just to use it.
Can't let this go to waste.
Just
I'm
punch
actually okay
Randy
because I
in the
take on
nose.
later and so like that. So I got more reactive on things going on when I'm later in the combat.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I
true.
would
Going
ask
first is
Doggy
stressful.
if Ren has been talking to the Inquisition, because evidently the Inquisition knows a little about us, or at least Archie.
Vren has been talking with the Inquisition, but not about you guys.
Okay,
Just
well-
in general, keeping tabs on their activities within the city. Not so much since the main host of them pulled out, though. He is aware of who Marius is, and he knows of Junius. And he would tell you that he does know that there's basically just a token force left in the city. As far as he's aware, there's probably less than a dozen total Gilded Eye left in the city, as the main host left.
Probably nothing, but he's been investigating us, and I don't know how much he's learned about us. So,
Well, I mean, Undril knew that Archie was here on Candlekeep business, right? And if
Yeah,
he
I
was,
mean, there's a few.
you
right,
know,
but just so you know, he
I
said
mean,
some of
it's
our friends are
almost been
talking.
telegraphed
and-
everywhere.
Yeah, like I mean, because like Lyric Dashwind knew, Tattletome knows, and then these guys, and
we're awful at
Olam-
keeping a low profile.
Olam knows. My goal being with Candlekeep. Now, looking specifically for Omu, that's not something I've broadcasted, so that's a little bit of a where he got that specific piece. That's the piece that concerns me, is all. But when, as a note, I just remembered when we were having that conversation, I think with the Thay guy and
Orvex.
Orvex, somebody spotted something that was shimmery
Yeah, there
during
was.
that one.
It could have been
Yeah, I
Fandala
mean-
or Dragon.
It could have been, but it
Maybe.
also could have been something like somebody's scrying, somebody's looking in on the meeting, or because that one, I'm pretty sure it was mentioned there with Orvex, sort of my goal with him, or at Tuttle Tomes. I don't remember exactly.
I'm not concerned.
I mean, it's a pretty loose goal, so I'm not too worried about it, but yeah, it's interesting.
Well,
Yeah, I
Soggy,
mean, I think-
Soggy and Clevin would say that, I mean, they can look into it. Clevin could put out maybe some false rumors through various channels and see what comes back, maybe. See if they can root out if someone is, quote unquote, spilling the beans in the Tepka Society.
Counterintelligence?
Yeah,
They'll do
that's
their
what-
best to try to root that out, but he's with the
Yeah,
main
it's worth a
host
shot.
gone. I mean, their attentions are kind of not really focused right now on the Gilded Eye, so he doesn't really want to put a lot of time and resources into that. They're more focused on Ifan and his operations.
No, of course, of course.
That's fair.
I'd also suggest maybe doubling the watch that you had on the portal. Considering
you
that I think somebody has been coming through, and they probably spotted your watchers, or they got caught. And I fear that they're probably no longer amongst the living.
Well, it could have been Fabian and his crew. Could have, because as far as we know, he left after we had kicked his ass. He said he was going to hang out with the boss, so he could have taken the portal
I
then.
don't think he left.
And then, well, I'm just saying, in the note he wrote and that we found and left, he said he was leaving to go hang out with the boss for a while. So it's possible that he, after becoming what he became, used the portal to come back through, and he may have taken out the dude then. I don't know. I have no evidence of that. I'm just saying he was back here, and it could have been that. Could have been the case.
I mean, you know for sure that the 12 are well aware of the portal's existence, right? So.
Well, they were the ones who held them. We took them from them.
I mean,
that's where we killed the chick.
Clevin and Soggy are both of the mind that they can only assume, as the 12 has not been completely shut down, that it must have been them, because. And yes, perhaps they took out their guard, which is unfortunate, obviously. But yeah, they'll definitely keep closer tabs on that area. So, as best as they can, anyways. If they're getting in there through magical means or some other way that's not as obvious as just that you can spot from across the street, I mean, it's hard to say. Anyways, yeah. Anything else for? It's probably, by the time you're back to the safe house and had this conversation, it's probably getting relatively late.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Ready to go to bed.
Welcome back, Andre.
Okay.
Hit the sack. We got an early start. Get your walking boots on.
Yeah,
Time to have a perfectly normal sleep with no dreams.
With no dreams at all.
No dreams. This will be the last normal sleep for at least a couple days.
Yeah, let me apply the last long rest you'll enjoy.
Oh
Ever.
my God, I'm so
Ever. No, and yeah, you guys would probably be up pretty darn early if you want to be at the bathhouse and finish picking up whatever supplies on the way. I assumed you would do that through the Grand Souk. You know, so if you guys know exactly what you're picking up, just do that now. And then it'll by around 8 o'clock you find yourself outside the bathhouse
with the raptor.
Okay,
yeah.
Stop down the cliff to see if my trap was set off, and if it hasn't, I'll just grab it.
Sure. It has been set off, but doesn't seem to be by the Sokola. There's a dead
man trapped in it.
There's a dead fisherman. No, a small child. No, it's a. There's just like there's probably like just like a cat-sized lizard just like in it, rotting in the sun. But yeah, you can definitely retrieve your trap. You can probably, so you guys would probably take the route through the Grand Souk, pick up your supplies down to the Tricky Anchorage, pick up Chance, and then back down through the Market Ward, take a stop. So you'd be coming up from the south to the bathhouse, essentially. So that would
sounds about right.
That would take you a couple hours to do all of that in the morning. Have a breakfast and pack up everything. Gerald is alive, right? Yeah, you did.
Gerald,
rebuild him.
I rebuilt him the day after, yeah.
And did he and you've got your familiars is resummoned and everything? Yeah, you did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I resummoned Al and poor little buddy.
So you guys would find yourselves at around 8 o'clock in the morning, outside the bathhouse, all packed up. You got your raptor on a leash while he's in the city. And Gerald and everything is with you. When you arrive outside the bathhouse, what's the weather like here today, guys? It is a clear day. It is 30 degrees hotter than normal, so it's a swelteringly hot day.
Like 30 degrees hotter than normal?
Yep.
So like it's like 60 degrees or
it's sweltering today. Even in the morning, you
assuming-
can tell it's going to be a super hot day. But you don't know what the weather's going to be like halfway across the continent either.
Right, that was my question.
I'm assuming that Wizards of the Coast is doing their degrees in Fahrenheit.
It is no, it's Celsius. You guys are burning. No,
alive.
yeah, it is Fahrenheit in the book. I don't know what that translates to in Celsius. 30 degrees Fahrenheit hotter.
It depends.
I estimate
the temperature
normal
is.
temperature year round in Chult is around 30 degrees Celsius.
So
Plus,
90, so
hot would
120.
be like closer to 40 and like super humid in my mind, but like it would
Yeah,
be
30
like
is like 86.
and on super hot days like when it's like dangerously hot, it'd probably feel like low to like mid 40s and hot when
Yeah,
it's super
so
hot.
40 degrees Fahrenheit or Celsius is about 104, 105. Which is pretty hot.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not a dry heat. Especially if
It's humid. Yeah.
I want to say that we just set the record for hottest temperature like this year or something. It was like 124 Fahrenheit.
Was that in Death Valley?
Probably somewhere, something like that. It's only gonna go up. It's only gonna go up.
It's all good. We'll survive, maybe. Anyways, moving along. So when you guys arrive and already the morning is sticky and hot as you find yourself outside the bath, you see two figures waiting for you, standing about 20 feet away from each other. They're both looking around like they're talking. Iku is there. She looks the exact same as yesterday. Same kind of clothing. Doesn't seem to have any extra gear for traveling. Just has like a kind of like a sling kind of satchel, same one she was holding yesterday around her neck. She has a wooden staff she's holding on to. Undril is in kind of Undril. We need to get in the combat tracker. Oh god, NPCs again. I was so happy when you guys had none. I'm just kidding.
Better kill them off.
Oh, has that?
It's in the combat tracker.
Do we really need more people? Yes, more.
More.
We need more people so that they can be the ones that get killed off, not the NPCs we like.
We're gonna walk through the portal, and Undril will somehow be the one to get helicoptered into.
No! I thought we were gonna self-destruct a familiar and send it through.
Oh, that's a smart idea too.
As
that's the plan.
distraction and hopefully,
what's Undril
distraction.
wearing? Undril's wearing a chain shirt. She has a mace. Yeah, okay. So she's wearing a chain shirt. I'm just checking what kind of armor she's in. This looks similar to how you've seen her travel before. She looks a little bit under the weather slightly, like a little bit tired looking, but
A little hungover.
yeah, maybe, but she seems okay. Iku and Undril will both kind of wave as you approach. Iku says, "Well, we're all here. Are we taking a bath before departing, or?" Undril kind of like shrugs. She's like, "I bathed last night at the House of Repos."
We are not. We just thought it would be a convenient meeting spot because we're gonna head this way.
We're going textile shopping.
Walk this way, and I walk in a weird. Must walk this way.
Blackwind moonwalks.
Blackwind, we go this way.
If you don't walk just like me, it'll all be a failure.
They can't track us if we walk like this.
If we walk backwards, they'll think we're going this way.
They'll think we're going to the bathhouse instead of leaving the bathhouse. It's brilliant! Okay, well, you guys, I guess you signal to the dude with the key on the roof. He's there. He sees you. Flashes you the secret. He flashes you the secret sign.
Run over, unlock it, run back, throw him the key.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Moments later, you find yourself outside the altar in the back of the warehouse, up on the second level, surrounded by stone walls. Iku kind of glances around. She's like, "Oh, this is much older than the rest of this building. Must be part of the old city."
It seems like
Does it look familiar to you?
She's like, "No."
Were you around?
Not been here before, Quillen.
Oh, cool.
Should it?
I don't know. Just wondering. Curious.
I love that Quillen's just like has picked up the party's suspicion of any new guide. Has no reason to be.
To be completely honest, that was just Brad being a dork.
Yeah, all right, Jonah, let's do your thing. Let's do the thing.
You guys are gonna love this.
All right.
But pull the
I
lever.
will
Pull my finger.
activate the lever.
There is a brief moment as the air kind of compresses and shudders, and a purple portal appears in the air, shimmering.
Wow. Yeah.
What color are we going to?
Yellow.
Yellow.
All right.
Yellow.
Pull it again.
It shimmers and turns blue.
Pull it again.
It shimmers and turns yellow.
Oh, stop.
Pull it again. Shit, meet back here tomorrow, guys. My bad.
Oh, fuck. You over.
Iku kind of like
There was leg in the butt.
she's like, "Oh, this must be ancient magic. I've not seen the like before. Interesting."
Wait, let me roll something in the tower.
I was gonna say, as 6 different dice just pop out from the tower.
What's your secret?
What's in the box? What's
Yeah.
in the box?
She seems pleased and amazed by this portal.
Okay.
Underhill shrugs and she's like, "So we go through here?"
Well, hold on
not
a
yet.
second. So last time I sent my
Something's
familiar
guarding.
through, there were 2 metal constructs guarding the other side that instantly hit poor little Al here and poofed him into non-existence.
Now, could we go through with a dodge action on? As
Well, it becomes a little bit tricky,
well,
I mean,
just if
meta-wise.
We could try, but I think the plan to send Al through first is still good, and then follow it by trying to avoid whatever is there.
That's to say that the question is, do I send Al through to self-destruct, and then we just like bum rush through the portal 5 seconds, 6
I'm
seconds
not
after he
sure
goes
what's
through?
on the other side altogether.
Well, right. So what I can direct him to, basically if I cast self-destruct on him, if he gets killed, it will go off. It will explode.
And it
But I can
explode on
also
everybody in the radius.
anything on the other side, it will hit. I can do that. the other option, obviously, is I can tell him to just go through and explode, but we don't know what's over there.
Yeah, I would do the
So-
first option.
I
Yeah.
don't want
Yeah.
to explode everything.
Or,
is
but
really just in
Donnaquin also has the ability to have a
Explode?
familiar of some sort. So we could always, if we wanted to, we could send his familiar through with no self-destruct, and he can see what it can. If it makes it back through, it can tell him what's on the other side. Or if it poofs, we know there's something hostile. I don't know. It's just like instead of just going through and exploding, like we could try and get eyes on it one last time beforehand.
Well, Corey never did answer though. Could a person go through with the dodge action, even though we're not technically in combat? Would that be an option? Would it be viable?
No,
Seriously.
I'm gonna say no.
No? Okay.
The disorienting effect of the teleport would negate any advantage you get from being ready.
Yep. Okay. Fair enough.
What if they were invisible?
Sure. I don't think it would
You
change
can
the whole
be
dodge
invisible.
action, but it would make it a lot harder for something on the other side to know you're coming.
Yeah.
Or to hit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have that today.
Let's push Gerald through.
Well, I say do the plan. Send the bird.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I can push Gerald through first once we're going through, but if Gerald's going through, so am I.
Oh yeah. Send your familiar through, and then if Donnaquin wants it, we can send Donnaquin's familiar through to see if anything bad's happened, and then we can go ready to attack any
Yeah.
If you want,
constructs.
I could just go through and
I'll
come
jump
back.
through. I'll just jump through with you.
Well,
Me and you, Quillet.
let's send the bomb first.
Well,
I
and
don't
that's
like
the
the
other
idea of
option. We don't
bombing
have to
something we
send a
have
bomb at
no
all.
idea.
I think the whole thing
That's
is
it, we don't-
so one of
we don't
our
have to send
people don't go through because we don't know exactly what's on the other side. It doesn't matter also if two of you go through or all of us go through or whatever.
We know it's safe, other than there's two guardians there.
Yeah, we know it's not safe.
Yeah, that's the point. The point is it's not safe, and we don't know if they're there or not. That's the whole reason to send the familiars first.
But
Doesn't hurt.
we send the familiar through, it goes poof.
We send two of them. We could send two at the same time. Archie could send one. I could send one. Also, we could tell them to go in there and both turn around instantly and so then come back. If they hit one, hopefully one gets back on us to be able to know exactly what's on the other side that we can see.
I mean, if
Or you can go through by yourself and commit suicide because you don't know what's on the other side.
they
I don't know.
obliterated a small bird.
Yes,
I'm not
But-
afraid by that.
but Blackwind, don't you understand what you're trying to do though?
So, are we going in right after the birds or not? Because if we don't go right in after the birds, then it's all for naught.
No, it's not because that's to get information.
That's
Of
what I
what's
say.
there.
I think Blackwind's just against the bombing, sending my bird in to bomb. I believe.
Well,
Unless
what if
I'm
there's
mistaken.
something else there that doesn't deserve to be bombed?
We don't have to bomb.
If
I'm
there's
just
something else
saying,
there,
there's an option.
it won't blow up.
Yeah.
That's the point. If something kills it, it will explode.
If something comes, and if something does come back, it makes it back. Where does that leave us, though?
These
How's
are the
that-
information of what's there.
Then
Well,
Donnaquin
we
we
can
know
talk
that
with
they're
the
there.
familiar.
We already know that they're there.
Well, you know that they were there how many days ago when you did this last?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
I say.
Either way, we have to go through. I mean,
Correct.
What?
we know there's footing there. We know that it's in that room.
Yeah, so why not preemptively damage the things
What
that are
he's
waiting to
saying
attack
is there
us?
could be something else as well as them that shouldn't be bombed. Like they're holding a hostage, or that sort of
Possible.
idea that there could be something else there that we don't want to
Don't bomb.
electrocute.
Just go there.
That's what he's saying.
Just go there and
So-
select information. Don't bomb.
I say I don't have to bomb it. It was just an option because we knew there was enemies. But I don't have to do that. It's an option. It's a spell. So
All right, send them through. I mean, if they make it back, whether or not they do or not, I still think we're still in the exact same position.
it maybe because it opened up, maybe there's 6 of them on the other side now. You know what I mean? Like we don't. It could be much worse now that it's been a day since I
I think you should do it. I say you send in your familiar, tell
We'll
it to blow up,
we'll send him. Oh.
tell it to blow up, and then we rush in and clean up whatever's left.
I think that's a good plan.
The only thing about sending them, like Donaquin's saying, as a scout, is that if Al doesn't make it back, the self-destruct auction is out. But either way, hopefully we gain information from it, even if that's the case.
Well, if they blow up, we'd have to wait an hour, right, for you to resummon?
Yes. If they both get killed, we have no information and no self-destruct.
Well, no, if why don't we send in Donaquin's familiar? If it gets killed, then we know for a fact that they're still there and they're worth they're worth us bombing. If you send in the familiar and nothing happens to it and it comes back, then it's like, okay, seems like it's probably safe for us to just go.
Cool with that.
The thought of sending both as scouts was, it's 2 chances that one makes it back, is all. Because familiar's one hit is a 1-hit kill, right? So that's all.
And we do also know that they can't just turn around and come back. It would have to be dismissed and resummoned, or not resummoned, but the thing that you do.
You know the portal's not open on the other side to come back, because that's what Al told you.
Right, that's what I say. So they have to get out of range of the bad guys, because we pop them back ourselves.
Sure.
That's how they come back, right? We pop them back. So
well,
they have to do a flyby. Basically, they got to go through and past to.
Why don't we just send Donaquin's, and if Donaquin's doesn't make it back, we know.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Versus, like, if we send both, there's a chance both of them get hit, and then we're down.
That's so true.
We can get that same info, I think, just from Donaquin, right?
Agreed.
Poor Archie's going to do. Mine takes into account my big bill.
Yours takes what, Sean?
One of my wild shapes and stuff like that. For the day to do it. I have a certain amount of wild shapes on stuff, but I can use summon a familiar as an option. I don't mind using it into like that, but if we're putting it through just to do that and stuff like that. Yours is that you're able to do yours and stuff X amount of times, whatever, right?
Mine costs 10 gold. I can do it as many times, but it takes an hour to get them back.
Yeah, so I would suggest if we're doing that on stuff, send one just to use yours first.
Sure, because I can self-destruct anything, literally anything. I can destruct any of you, any creature. So if that is what we end up wanting to do, you could then wild shape and I could cast it on that one. It doesn't have to be my bird. Yeah. So sure, I can send Al. I will tell him to try and dodge and get a bird's eye view this time. It's like, you know what to expect, maybe. You've done this before, buddy. Yeah. We'll do it again with Al.
Okay. So you're sending Al through without the self-destruct.
Yes.
And attempting to summon him back after X amount of time.
I'd say give him only like 12 seconds this time. Usually it's longer, but because I know there could be danger, I'll give him.
Okay.
Yeah.
As soon as it goes through, I jump in through after it.
As soon as Blackwind moves, I try and stop him.
I'm like, screw this, I'm trying.
Okay, if you're going to try to stop him, then I'm going to need initiative. Because I need to know what order this goes in.
You know, you could have just walked through before if you were going to do it, so then I don't lose the 10 gold for my familiar, if that was what you were planning on doing. By the way,
I'm using it as a decoy.
Wait, are we all rolling initiative or just?
I mean, you might as well, because if anybody else wants to do anything based on how this plays out, we need to know what order we're going to go
Alright.
with. So
I didn't roll. I didn't realize that. I thought I did, but
sure.
I have a tell, and Aylin's like, his tell.
I saw you inching towards it.
That's why I put that there too. I'm just like, oh,
But
otherwise
Jesus,
it would have been
Jesus,
like a
Untitled.
mad dash.
As a note, just for Corey's benefit, I'm keeping my normal Warhammer on my belt or on my back. I don't know, whichever one, wherever it fits. And I am using the Mace of Smiting.
Mm.
For smiting.
Okay, so
we just got that and I have no idea what it does. I don't remember.
okay, so we'll just skip past
Oh, wait,
because
did
you
we?
guys aren't doing anything. Undrill, Aelin. So Aelin reacts first when so Aelin, you can try to. I assume it would be just a grapple attempt to try to hold him from moving through.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to summon the astral arms, and that way I don't have to rely on my strength.
You're like, so many arms. So many arms.
So it would be, I think medicine is the easiest thing for me to roll for that because I get my wisdom bonus, but not proficiency because I'm not proficient in athletics.
Ooh, natural.
Medicine? Oh, I see.
Yeah, just the easiest way to add.
Yeah.
I guess I could have just rolled with a +3, but whatever.
Almost.
I needed it too, yeah.
All right. So Aelin, Blackwind goes to move. Aelin's like, no! Grabs him. Donaquin, do you react at all in between since you go in between?
I am quite surprised at what is happening. But no, I don't.
All right, Blackwind, you are grappled currently.
I'll break the grapple. Break the grapple if I can.
Sure.
So,
Oh man. Give me another natural 20.
yeah.
No.
Blackwind, you break the grapple successfully.
And that's just an action, right?
That is
Yeah.
an action, yeah.
All right, then I'll touch the portal. Go
Okay,
through.
so there's a brief struggle, and then Blackwind slips free and reaches out, touches the portal. Just give me one sec.
Do we get the Scooby-Doo wavy lines? The dream sequence.
Sorry, just give me one sec. I have to do something here. Ah! Sorry. Why isn't this working? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm almost ready. Okay, I did it.
Zoom.
It's huge.
It's so big.
It's so big.
Corey, the map is big.
Again.
Blackwind, you find yourself in the tower at the top of Firefinger. You can see two clockwork automatons standing glaives ready on either side of the portal. You do still have movement left, or sorry, I should say there is no portal, but you kind of just appear in that square that you're in.
Ice cream.
I need to.
Right. Neat.
Yeah, so you see those two.
It's all ice cream. It's pretty neat.
There is some. You can see some light rain falling outside the door. So it is raining here. What would you like to do?
I still have an attack action.
No, you don't.
No, you use.
I use an action to break it. To grapple, isn't that just an
Yeah.
action?
That's your
action.
full action.
Oh, it's a full
So
action.
if
Yeah.
you have a
But you can use
Yeah.
a grapple as part of. Oh, okay. So it
No,
just
you
makes-
you can
But
you can
you
grapple
were
someone with one
grappling.
attack,
I know.
but breaking a grapple
Yeah.
is an actual action.
No problem.
Yeah. Bless you.
Yeah, I'll move.
Okay, the one to the north will strike at you as you do so. Dealing 10 points slashing damage as you move south.
And I will use. I'll use tireless. Ooh, almost got the 10.
Okay. Do you keep moving or nope,
No,
done?
I stay at the door.
Iku looks to the two of you struggling, and she just kind of like waits for direction, just kind of like looking back and forth at the rest of you. Jonah, what do you do?
Well, like, wait, what just happened? And I will cast Blur on myself
Okay.
and go up to Chance and be like, "Are we going through?" And then I will pass the turn.
You talking to your raptor?
Yes.
Okay. Chance kind of like looks not waits for direction from you and just kind of like what? Because you've got still got him on a leash as far as I know.
Yeah.
Clockwork Soldier goes next. The one next to you. He will fire up his overdrive flurry.
The blender.
The blender, and he will attack you. That's a hit.
Ooh. Dirty 20s.
For 5 points slashing. Attacks you again. It's a miss. Attacks you again. It's a hit. For 5 points slashing. And attacks you again. And that's a miss. And stuns himself at the end of his turn. Archie, you're next.
So I guess because Al goes on my turn, it's been 6 seconds. Is he still alive?
I don't know.
What I mean is like I Do I know if my familiar's been killed, or do I just know if he's...
You don't know if he's still active out on the other side of the portal. You will know
Yeah,
if you try to
so
resummon him.
I'll try and pull him back.
Okay. He appears.
I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm not going through directly after him. I just like look up at everybody else.
Just send Alan to explode.
Stick with the plan.
Gerald. Clockwork Soldier 2 is next. He will move down here. Does he need to? No, he doesn't even have to.
He doesn't have to, no.
Oh, shit. God, why is my brain not working? If you're using a ranged weapon, opportunity attack is when you leave the threat and range of the weapon or leave the 5 feet.
The range of the weapon.
Weapon.
But if they have multiple ranges from different weapons, they can choose.
Oh, okay. I was just like, oh, would he have gotten an opportunity? But yes, he still would have been able to do that. Yeah, okay. So this guy will fire up his overdrive flurry, and he will attack you, Blackwind. For, ouch, 12 point slashing. Oof.
It's rolling high today.
10 point slashing. Stuck. That's a hit. Jesus.
To be fair, it doesn't take much to hit Blackwind. If anyone's run through, it shouldn't be him.
9 point slashing and his last attack. 4 hits.
Jeez.
Is another 7 point slashing, and then the guy goes and is stunned. Top of the round. Hold on.
Top of the round to you.
Sorry, it's not your turn. This guy's got higher dex than
Okay.
you. Blackwind, you didn't notice him there hiding in the shadows, but a smaller clockwork-looking guy holding a rapier leaps from the shadows next to you, and he will attack you as well. With his rapier. It's a hit. For 9 points piercing, which drops
I'm at
you.
1.
Oh, because of your orc thing.
Yeah.
So you are, instead of going down, you're at 1. Which means you're not unconscious. Alright. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered. That first attack would have had sneak attack damage, but it doesn't matter because you'd be at 1 anyways. So it doesn't matter if how much he exceeded it by, which is actually a really good thing. But he does have a second attack, which he will stab at you again, which will not work. Did it not work?
Thinking. I'm not seeing anything.
Thinking.
Hey,
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's me.
that's you.
I like that number, though.
The suspense is killing me. Let's try this again. Oh my goodness, he missed. You lucky bastard.
He's
Wow.
just surprised that I stood up from that last
Pretty much. All right, Quillen.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit. Okay, we're doing this. I'll go through the portal.
You find yourself in the middle of a small tower. You've been here before. 3 clockwork creatures on all sides of you. Blackwind looking like he's bleeding by a bunch of different wounds on his back and sides.
Jesus fucking Christ. I will.
The 2 clockworks are kind of sitting there like you've seen them before in Pierce the Ball. They're like sitting there kind of sparking a little bit and just like obviously powered down. They're like, the 2 with the glaives.
I will move over a bit and I will attack the assassin. Sorry, one sec. Shink.
Oh shit. Too bad your legendary wasn't running, eh?
Damn it! Yeah, should have. But also, if when I roll 20 with this weapon, I would do an additional 4d6, which would be doubled.
Oh shit! Yeah, you've got the Mace of Smiting. It's against constructs. I forgot
Right.
about that. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, hit him again.
Oof.
Damn it! I should have divine smited on the first one.
And also, my bad. It doesn't matter really, but he wouldn't have got sneak attack because the other guy's stunned on the other side of you, Blackwind. But it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have changed the outcome.
No.
So, anyways, carry on.
Can I do as a bonus? Oh. Yeah. Pretty sure that's it. I'm just double checking one thing. Sorry. What the hell? Oh, fuck. All right. Yeah, no, that's it. Sorry.
Oops.
Music got serious all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna fight.
It's possible. Undril, seeing Blackwind and Quillen leap through the portal, she kind of hefts her mace, and says, "All right then," and steps through. Quickly assesses the situation. Looks at Blackwind, and she will use Cure Wounds on you. Then she kind of like looks around the relatively small room, and will squeeze past you, Blackwind, but doesn't leave herself open to the one that's obviously not stunned, and just kind of like tries to get out of the way in case anyone else is coming in behind her. So it just kind of goes down there, but doesn't risk the opportunity attack from the clockwork. So that's her turn. Aelin.
I go through the portal.
Pew!
I'm quickly clocking the 2 that are stunned. Now, from when we fought these in Kirsabal, do I remember how long that shutdown lasts?
Did one of them power back up after this? I thought you guys smashed them before they could. But
Maybe.
at least a turn.
It's from what you recall, it's to the end of their next turn after they power down. So
Okay.
they would lose a full round.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and yeah, I'm gonna attack this shifty looking one.
Got him.
And I'm gonna spend a key point to stunning strike. Stunning strike.
Oh. Fail.
And then I'm going to move over here and say, just to quote him, Blackwind and Undril, yeah, maybe lay into that one. And then I'm going to attack, my second attack on this Clockwork one.
Hit because he's stunned.
And bonus action, punch one more time.
And hit.
Yeah.
Donnequin.
I will go through the portal.
Poof.
Hey, look, there's a whole bunch of people here.
Getting crowded in here. All three of the Clockworks look stunned, though.
All three of them do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta move out of the way also so people can get through. Where is the portal also?
There is no portal.
Oh yeah, it just poofed to the room, whatever.
Yeah, you just appear in the middle of the room. Well,
Okay.
Yeah,
in
so
this
where
way.
you pop in is where the next person will pop in.
So I can squeeze behind so like that stuff like Blackwind and Undril. Kind of go out that way.
Yeah, it would take your full movement to get by both of them, but yeah, you can. Not like double move, but like your full normal movement to get by.
Okay, that's fine.
You won't take any opportunity attacks because they're all.
Is this a little hut or something like that? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, it's like it's at the bottom of the spire on the top of
Okay.
Firefinger.
Oh, okay.
Firefinger.
Okay.
Bless you.
Sorry, that's the square you wanted to be in, right, Sean?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll stuff being there. I don't want to go too far on, so I can still. Can I still see the Clockworks in there? I still can, right?
If you can see them on the map, you can see them.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
If that takes my full movement on stuff, then that's.
Well,
Yeah,
you
that's good.
still have an action if you want to do something.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll watch that. Are people allowed to react to me if I tell us which one stuff to attack?
What do you
I
mean?
don't know if people are allowed to talk like out of turn. Like, so I can as soon as I pop through and so I didn't see them, can I ask them stuff like just in general stuff which one to attack?
Sure.
Or do I just have to assess it myself?
No, you can ask, sure.
Okay, so I do go and I ask as soon as I go through there. I'll ask which one to.
I mean, I'm going after this shifty looking one, and I gesture to the one that's right in front of me.
Too far. So I'll actually go after the Clockwork up there, number 2. Actually, yeah, I'll go after the number 2 that's up there. And attack with my Clockwork.
Got him. So you want to pull him here or here?
Sure. Yeah. Like I said, no, assuming that's where people are also going to, which are going to materialize, or they wouldn't materialize if he's there. Would they materialize somewhere else?
You don't know.
Oh, okay. I would assume they're going to materialize right where I went, so I wouldn't pull somebody.
Yeah, typically if you try to teleport or end your turn in the same square as another creature, you're shunted to the next free space. That's typically how it works. That doesn't necessarily mean you won't take damage doing so.
Okay.
But
so I'll watch it. Knowing where I came out, also I would just pull him down a little bit farther. So
yeah.
Like that.
This fire, by the way, is not lit anymore. But it looks like there's a fire there, but there is no fire.
I pulled him right into a fire.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Blackwind.
Hello. Alright. I will, as part of my move action, use one of my potions of healing.
Okay.
Wherever that went. Potions of healing, right there. What is it? 2d4 plus 2. 7 more hit points.
Okay.
Excellent. You just slid one over closer to me. That works good for me. So I will Hunter's Mark this guy. It's my bonus action. The injured. What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Heavily
hitting it
damaged.
very, very angrily. And I'll hit it again.
So close.
And then I'll use my Horde Breaker attack against this one. Can't break. Just heavy swings coming down on him.
Okay. Iku will, seeing everyone else go through, she will step through. She will take a quick glance around. Yeah, I guess she'll do this. She casts Cure Wounds on you, Blackwind. And then she will move off over to the corner. Jonah! You're blurry.
All right. I will release Chance's leash. Tell him to follow me, good boy. And I will run and jump into the portal.
Okay. Poof!
Oh, wow, it's crowded.
A crowded ass room.
I will cast Fireball.
Fireball? Oh shit!
That'll take care of this.
That wand of fireball's coming into good use.
I will cast a Fire Bolt.
Remember you have... oh no, they're all stunned. Never mind. I was gonna say you'd have disadvantage, but they're stunned.
We'll do it at the shifty one, I guess. Just a Firebolt. Why I did do 3.
Whoa.
Who else am I?
Oh, you're
I'm
attacking
targeting
Archie, apparently.
too.
Got her!
Yeah.
Yeah, you got him. Is it gonna roll damage to Archie? No, okay. Good. Scorching fire.
I will move away.
Free.
And I'll pass the turn. Chance. By the way, Chance only has 8 hit points in the tracker. The little sheet you gave me, he has 22.
What the heck? Why does he only have 8? It's weird.
How do
It might have done the weird rolly thing like Gerald's did.
How do I roll off his sheet?
You have a sheet?
Yep, you showed me the sheet.
Yeah.
The
so
attack. Go on.
Yeah. So where it's got the bite or the claw, you can hover over with the +4 to hit.
Okay.
You
It
can
should
just
turn
grab
blue.
you just grab that and drop it either onto the combat tracker or onto the token on the map, and it'll roll.
Great. And a claw. You know,
Nice
he's young.
rolls.
It's metal. He's
What?
not interested in it.
What are the
Yeah.
chances?
Think you move him up? Can I move him up? Or have
You won't be
move
able to
him
move
up?
his token, unfortunately, but
Okay.
that's
I'll
okay.
pass his turn.
All right. Clockwork Soldier number 1 is no longer stunned.
It's the end of its turn, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you see him kind of like, there's like a kind of a crackle, and he kind of like straightens up again. You also see as he straightens up again, he begins to like spin his glaive, obviously powering up for another flurry, i.e. he recharged it, but it's the end of his turn. Archie.
You're
You're
muted.
muted.
Liz.
Can't hear you, Liz.
Hey, that's me. Yeah. I'll put Al back in my hat and go through the portal. But before I do, I tell Gerald. Actually, yeah, no. Before I do, I'll tell Gerald to come through, follow me through, and attack any large metal constructs.
So sorry. So you're staying behind?
No. I'm telling I'm telling Gerald.
Oh, okay.
To
You're giving him the command before you go through the portal, and he can't hear you anymore. Got
yes,
it.
exactly. I'm giving Gerald the command to follow immediately after
Yeah.
me
Got
and
it.
to attack any big metal constructs on the other side.
All right. Well, you come into a
Before I pop
very crowded room.
Oh boy. Oh no. Surrounded by clockwork dudes.
Yeah, one of which looks like he's powering up to do like his power flurry thing. The other two are stunned.
I'm assuming there's a no, but can I technically fit between Chance and Quillen?
No.
In that corner.
No.
I didn't think so.
A small creature maybe, but no, not you. There's not enough space in that square.
Yeah.
I am gonna. While two of them are stunned, I'm gonna try and get out of here.
Sure. I mean, that doesn't take you out
yeah.
of their. There's no opportunity attack, so you're still.
Stunned can't take opportunity attacks.
No, I know,
right?
but the one that's not stunned can't either. You don't leave his threat in range.
Oh, well, I don't know that. So I'm just trying to get out of here.
You stay with unless you move you stay within 5 feet of him the whole time, right? So.
Oh, I see. It was the bottom one, but I'm technically on the other side of the wall, so I wasn't sure because that's a door, right?
Yeah.
So I'm moving around the wall. There's technically a wall between me and him. So I didn't know if that counts. But either way, I'm doing it.
Does that count?
I don't know.
I don't know either. We'll say no. Carry on.
Okay. And then I will just throw a firebolt at the one I can still see.
You got him.
So many 19s tonight. Crazy.
Yeah.
And assuming it didn't close, Gerald will follow through.
Oof. Gerald is on the other side.
has a. I'm assuming he would just like. I guess it depends which way he's looking, but big metal. What's the first big metal construct he sees?
They're all
That's the one he'll
exactly
attack.
the
I
same
will
distance.
roll a
so-
d3.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Assassins.
Did
One,
you-
two.
Oh, did
other
you
two are
assign
hidden.
assign them?
Yeah, yeah. I was just 1, 2, and assassin. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on
Got
the
it,
d6.
got it.
So that's his assassin.
Sure. Get him. Oh yeah, he's stunned. I was like, why is he rolling 2 dice? Yeah, stunned. Piece flies off. Twang.
And that's Gerald's turn. He's not gonna move because I forgot to tell him to. I just said follow me through the portal. So I don't think he's smart and attack a metal man. So I don't think he'd move. Sorry.
Metal man.
Okay, Clockwork Soldier 2 is no longer stunned. He doesn't seem to be powering up for another flurry, though. Assassin gets in the save at the end of his turn? Or the
No,
beginning?
he's stunned until the end of my turn.
Until the end of your turn. Okay, so he's
Yeah.
just still stunned.
No save.
Okay. Quillen.
I will activate, use a bonus action to activate my divine or channel divinity, legendary strike. Yeah. And I will attack the Clockwork Assassin.
Clockwork assassin.
Oh my goodness, you missed
God
him.
damn it! Like +9.
Yep.
Seeing all those 19s, you're like, this is a gimme.
Do it again.
Hey, there you go.
There you go. Woo!
19.
Go. Oh, and I didn't put the effect on me. Hold on.
Just
If you
hold
shift
shift.
click the
Just hold
damage,
shift.
yeah.
I know. Okay. So, first. Okay, alright. So, I add an effect of 4 dice 6. If I then hold shift to do the normal damage, will that double the 4 dice 6 as well?
Yes.
No, the
Won't
mace doesn't do 4 dice 6 doubled, right? Or does it?
It just
Well-
does 4 dice 6 when you crit.
Yeah.
Oh.
The damage isn't doubled, otherwise it would be 8 dice 6 when you crit, right?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay,
the
hold
4
on.
dice
Probably
6
have to
is
roll
the
it
bonus
separately.
the crit damage from the mace of smiting.
Right. Okay. Then I'll set up that effect differently then.
Also,
Yeah, set it up as
Brad?
2 dice.
It only
Yes.
works on a
Yeah.
20, by the way. It doesn't work on
Yeah.
a crit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn it. You're right.
A smite works on a crit though.
It does.
Good
So
point.
you'll do. Wait, how does it does 2 dice 6 damage normally though, right?
No, it does 1 dice 6 damage normal.
When you roll so it does 2 dice 6 on a nat 20. It does 4 dice 6 on a nat 20 if it's a construct.
Correct.
Mhm.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So I am going to Divine Smite, level 1.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll get doubled when I do this.
It will if you hold shift. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Woof.
Oh, still alive.
But does it have
Um,
less than 25 hit points?
It does. So it's destroyed.
But, well, if a contract has 25 points, or if you're after taking this damage.
Oh, the crit damage. You're right. You're right. It only auto destroys if the extra crit damage.
Yeah.
Damn.
That
brings it.
sucks that it specifies 20 and not on a crit.
Yeah.
That
But
kind of sucks.
it probably specifies it for instances like this.
Yeah. And ways that you can get crits at like 17. I think there's
Yeah.
a barbarian that can do that.
Yeah.
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 Still, 28
I
points
guess, I don't know,
damage
I
is
feel like
pretty
it should.
good.
Not bad. I'll take it. That's, yeah, I can't move, so that's my action and bonus action. 3.
All right. Undril will I mean, Blackwind doesn't look like he's on the brink of death anymore, so she will just attack with her mace. She'll try to take out the one that's wounded as best she can. Terrible. Oh my goodness. That was awful. Let's see if she can do better than that. Well, she has no strength. Why isn't it adding her strength bonus? Whoops. Her. I gotta change her stat block, but I'll do it later. That guy should take 4 more damage from those 2 hits. For some reason, the mace isn't adding her strength, which makes no sense. Okay, so she swings and clanks it twice with her mace. It doesn't go down though. Aelin.
I'm gonna keep attacking Clockwork number 1.
Yep. Yep. Still alive. That's a hit. Oh god. Uh-oh. The soldier kind of whirs, shuts down, collapses to the ground with a clanking.
Yeah, and
buzz.
then number 2 is not charging up its brutal attack, right?
Doesn't look like it is, no.
Okay. I will use my bonus action to punch number 2.
Ooh, miss.
I will attempt to and miss.
Okay.
And,
Donaquin.
Okay. Just target Clockwork number 2. And that, and Thorn Whip.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, just
Pull him against down here.
Okay.
Blackwind.
I'll move my hunter's mark. That will go on to Clockwork Assassin. Not telling me if I hit her.
There he is.
There it is.
It looked like you rolled off of it.
Yeah, it looked like it rolled off the screen. What happened? Oh shit! That's enough. Now, which one was that? The assassin?
The assassin.
Okay.
Assassin.
As you slam down into it, he kind of like stumbles backwards, and you see this chest cavity kind of cracks open. You see that there is what looks to be an Omuan mithril piece, kind of in the center of its chest. It is glowing kind of red, and then he explodes,
Oh,
sending
shit.
shrapnel everywhere.
Incoming.
Is this working?
Blackwind is targeting everyone.
Apparently.
Oh
yeah.
shit! Sorry. No.
He's turned.
He's put him down.
I've been turned.
I wasn't clicked on him. I'm sorry. There we go.
I was like, I hovered over my marker, and all of a sudden I'm like, had all these 5 foot, 5 foot, 5 foot.
Arrows everywhere.
Archie,
What the heck
Yeah.
is going on?
you can give yourself +2 to this saving throw, because of partial cover, and Donaquin, you can give yourself +5. So just click those on.
Yippee!
Is this a saving throw that I get +2 from Quillen too?
Yes. If you're within 10 feet of Quillen, you also have a +2 from that.
Can it be 10 plus 15?
Damn.
Well, you're too far anyway, Sean. Ha ha ha.
I know.
Am I? I don't know where Quillen is.
You are
Yeah,
within
you
10.
are.
Yeah.
I'm with. So does that
So
add
you have
on
plu-
to the
yes,
other
you have
+2?
Yeah, you have +4. Because it's So let me. Yeah, you guys ready?
Yeah.
I'm born ready.
Whee! Look at those dice.
Look at the colors.
Oh my god, so many.
Come on.
Success,
Deck
fail,
save.
fail. Undrill succeeds. Not 20. Good job, Undrill. Donaquin success. Blackwind success. Of course, this other soldier failed. Gerald failed. I'm just seeing if anybody would have passed because of the +2 from Quillen. Chance would have
because
failed.
Gerald would have.
Chance would have failed, but Gerald would have made it. So Gerald should only take half damage, but everybody else failed by too much, so it doesn't matter. So some damage going out. Not a lot, a little bit. Jonah's concentration is a success. And Gerald.
So Gerald gets 5 back.
Yeah, Gerald.
He should be at 4 wounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else takes the damage as it rolled. Okay. So boom, he explodes. A little bit of damage, not a lot, but still hurt some people a little bit.
My eyes.
We're like wait for this big explosion. It's just like, oh, that was it.
I mean, a 9 damage explosion to a normal person would be probably close to lethal.
9 damage to Archie is a quarter of her health.
Yeah.
By the
It's
way,
also 9 damage to everything and at least 10 feet.
Yeah. I mean, that guy did, like, what, 30 points of damage with that, so that's pretty good. Anyways, you still have another attack, Blackwind?
More than 30.
Yes, I do.
Is it?
So, yeah, then I just turn around and slam hard down on the other guy. Sort of. I hit.
Yeah, he did like 80 damage.
I hit pretty good.
Bam.
Almost took him out. Yeah.
Iku's like, oh, I'm glad I stepped over here. She... is anyone looking terribly beat up? Not really. She will take the dodge action. Actually, no, these are constructs. She's fine. She will cast Shillelagh, so her stick gets much bigger, and then she will slam it down on
Shillelagh.
Except I don't have a melee attack set up for her, so I'll just roll it. Which will be a hit. Someone help me. How much damage does Shillelagh do? I can't.
1d8?
I think it's 1d8.
Yeah, I think so. 1d8 plus strength.
Yes.
But you can use your like wisdom modifier, right?
Yeah, you can use your spellcasting ability instead of
Spellcasting
strength.
ability
Oh,
instead of strength.
really? Well, that's handy.
And it's magical.
Shillelagh is a pretty awesome spell. It's a cantrip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, bonus action.
Yeah, so she does 11 points, which is enough to take out the clockwork. Which collapses, and that takes us out of initiative.
And it turns into 2 bets. See? Wasn't so bad.
Blackwind, you are a goddamn fool.
I'm laughing.
Archie is not.
I got to use
Archie
my
is
racial ability for the
pissed.
second time.
I say, Blackwind can tell Archie is pissed right off. Just because you don't think something's going to work it takes nothing for you to humor those that do. What you just did, the danger you just put yourself in, after what I just experienced and described to you, is reckless and stupid. And you should feel ashamed that you just put us all in danger like that. And Archie's just gonna like walk off to the other side.
It takes much more.
I go outside.
Yeah, Blackwind. Listen,
Come, Gerald.
Black. I get. I definitely get the impulse to rush in, you know, and if nobody else had any better ideas, I'd say hell yeah, go for it. But you know, Archie and Donaquin, they were working on a plan. and it very easily could have ended very badly for you, and we had to expend some resources to make sure that you were safe. I think you should apologize.
One way or the other, somebody had to step through no matter what.
We were going to, but we were going to do it in a coordinated way.
It was coordinated.
It wasn't, though.
I let them hit me. You guys came in.
That wasn't coordinated at all. That was us flying by the seat of our pants because we had to.
I knew what I was stepping into. They didn't know.
Yeah, but you didn't just step into it yourself. You made all of us step into it.
Undrill casts Cure Wounds on you, Blackwind. She just shrugs. She's like, I thought it was brave, and walks over here.
I'm not saying it wasn't brave, but it was also unnecessary.
Well, it got the job done.
Iko kind of shrugs, walks out as well. She doesn't say anything either way. I'm not going to get in between my employer's argument here. Is the sense you get from her?
There are 2 Amumu pieces in the 2 that didn't blow up.
There are in their chest cavities. There are Almoon pieces in each.
And the other one is actually just destroyed, right?
Oh yeah, he blew up but good.
Mythal everywhere.
Wow, their bodies aren't made of mithril.
No,
They'd be much more valuable if they were.
I'll follow on out.
How many of us are there?
There we go.
Undrill kind of looks around and she's like, well, this is high.
Yeah, we've been here before. This is we just teleported kind of sort of to the, not exactly to the middle of Chult, but pretty a significant distance away from the port, but this puts us closer to where we want to go. If you want some help getting down, I can hop you down, or we can just climb down the way we got up initially.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty high up. I don't think you can just hop down. Can you?
Well, there's platforms 60, 60, 60, aren't there?
I don't remember the
There was
distance.
ladders, although some of them are...
Well, most of us are probably going to be climbing down, so do you want to go first, Gwilyn? You know, in case in case something has come back in and it's not exactly safe.
Yeah, sure. So we're gonna go down the hole and then the way we came up, essentially, right?
That was my thought. I mean,
Okay.
if you want to fly everybody down one by one,
no, it's fine.
We can just wait at the bottom for Gerald, because I don't think you're gonna be able to carry him.
Now let's go down to sorry, I was reading what.
I go to the edge and look down to see if there's anything.
Yeah, same.
In the vicinity.
You can give me perception.
Oh, damn! Last minute flip.
You don't see anything. I mean, there's birds and there's a light rain falling. no obvious threats, no terrafolk, that's for sure. No other clockwork beings that you can see.
Are there like from like looking down? Brad doesn't really remember exactly the total layout of this, but could I fly down to the next visible ledge for all the way down to the bottom? In other words, are there is it 60 feet in between the individual ledges?
Do you have 60 foot or 30 naturally?
It's 30, but I would be dashing.
Fair. So on your own, it's 60, but if you're carrying somebody, it's 30.
I guess that's a valid point. Yeah, fair enough.
But you could.
No, I would go with the
Assuming
rest.
it's
I would
full.
go with the rest of the group. I wasn't.
To the next
Yeah.
ledge down from here, it's 60. To the
Yeah.
ledge below that, it is 80, but there's a ladder.
Okay.
To the next ledge below that, it is another 100 feet down.
Okay. Then never
Without
mind.
going inside and down those two inside, yeah.
Okay. Then
So, I
yeah,
mean-
let's go down the way we came up initially.
Well, as you guys gather yourselves and begin the long descent to the bottom of Firefinger, we will take a break. So why don't we come back at like 35-ish?
Sure.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
Great.
All right.
And break.